Well, hello and welcome back to today's adventure stop here in Las Vegas. And it's a little cloudy, a little overcast today, which is kind of rare because we get like 300 some days of sunshine. It's very cold today. It's about 55 degrees as the high. Well, enough of that as a weather forecast, but what we're here for today is the Blackstone Tabletop Pizza Oven. And it's a fairly newer product that you can get. They're pretty popular, pretty well known for their griddles, their skillets, cast iron. Also, they came out with a new Teflon coated one that's super lightweight, and a few other products. They have a lot of accessories. And I'll link the other video that I did about a year or two ago where I unboxed their 2-burner set. But this here is the tabletop pizza oven that works on propane.
I provide the people of this community with propane and propane accessories.
Got a great deal on this. It's through Walmart. Again, I'm not sponsored by any way through Blackstone or Walmart to be able to produce this video. I'm just doing it because I think it's a really good product that you should check out. Well, even though I haven't really taken it out and used it yet, but we're going to find out shortly. But before we do this, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Do me a favor and subscribe down below and give this video a nice like and thumbs up. Hey, thanks. But before we move on, another thing you can do is I'm going to put an affiliate link in here. And so what this is basically if you want to buy this product, I get a small percentage, a portion of that. And it's not marked up in any way as far as I know. It should be the regular price. So what does this mean? This means that pretty much whatever you buy in your basket and you get shipped, I get a portion of that, which is great. It helps me out, helps the channel out, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. It just basically gives me credit for making this video to bring you a new product. So this model in particular, it is the 2379 if you're wondering in particular. So we're going to be taking this out shortly. However, one thing I do have to say is right before this video, I showed you a quick dough recipe. And I've been using this dough recipe for the other videos that I've shown you, whether it be a cast iron skillet, deep dish pizza that I made. And also I think it was another oven pizza that I made. But basically it's just 2/3 of bread flour, 1/3 of all-purpose flour, of course yeast. You let it rise for about an hour, hour and a half, maybe even up to 2 hours, punch it down. The best thing you can do right now is what I have it in the fridge chilling, because you actually want to refrigerate it before you roll it out. So I'm actually going to make this pizza a little bit later in the evening when it gets a little dark, so the picture's going to look a little different when I actually pop this in the oven. But what we're going to do is going to take this out. I'm going to get the handy old tape measure, show you some dimensions to see if this works out for you. I also picked up this inexpensive waterproof, weatherproof cover. It was a non-branded one. You can find these all day long. I think it was like $16.99 that fits this exactly where it needs to be for the dimensions. But hey, let's go check this out. Enough of me yapping. But one thing I want to point out, yeah, you do need to assemble this a little bit. They do give you actually even the screwdrivers. There's not a whole lot. You have to put on the regulator, of course, the little knob. Airplane again, sorry, one moment. And now back to our program. So it does also require a 1 AA battery for the starter, and that's on this little thing right up in there. And also you want to keep in mind when you're putting the feet on to line up the A-hole. Yeah, that's the A-hole right there. You want to be sure you line up the A-hole.
Oh, yeah. I'll be damned.
Properly so that your feet are on the right direction, okay? Just wanted to point that out. All right, and I broke down, and I don't like to look at directions, but I see a couple holes, and I don't want to put the brackets upside down. So I'm gonna give in, and I'm actually gonna look at the instructions here. All right, and through the magic of video editing, there we are, my friends. The pizza oven is now complete. So a couple things. Yeah, it's good to read directions because I just realized you actually don't need to plug it in. It actually is a port down below underneath for 4 AA batteries. So this unit actually requires 5 AA batteries. 1 for the starter, 4 for the turntables. So I gotta be honest, the most difficult part of this was getting this little hinge on. It's kind of awkward, kind of weird, but I got it to work. And in the end, that is the Blackstone Pizza Oven. So that is the turntable as we click it on, and it's slowly spinning. So a couple things, you probably should get the cornmeal for the bottom so it slides in and out better, but also to slide it in and out, you should probably get what's called a peel. And I don't have one of those, so I probably should get one of those. But I'll make it work for tonight's pizza dinner. So a little bit further, again, there's a temperature gauge right here on top. The propane tank and regulator is here on the back. I could probably do the honors of peeling this nice brand new sticker off. And so satisfying. It's made of vinyl, so it didn't leave behind any residue, which is awesome, which is what I like. This pizza oven gets up to 900 degrees.
This is fine.
What does that mean? Well, you can make your artisan style pizzas, those rustic style, what do you call it? The Neapolitan style pizzas where they go in and out in about 2 to 3 minutes and they have a little bit of char on the crust. That's legit pizza, which is what I like.
I'm starving! Please!
So let's look at the dimensions. So with the feet in total, the height is about 11 inches. The width going back, the actual unit is 18 inches, but if you add on the handle and the regulator, you're looking at pretty close to 30 inches on the way back. And then the width is right on the dot at 20. So we're gonna fast forward this just a little bit because I'm not quite hungry yet. It's only about 2:30 in the afternoon. It's not quite dinner time yet. So I'm gonna fire this up. It's gonna be a little bit darker, but we're gonna see how this first pizza works out. All right, and here we are. Fast forward sometime later. It's about 3 hours later, and what I have here is a sort of Neapolitan style pizza, margarita style it is. It's got added a little salami, but it's got tomato, basil, and mozzarella and sauce. All right, it's my first time using this, so we will see how this goes. Wish me luck. All right, turn that turntable on. And normally, again, I would have a peel, but I'm gonna use a spatula, so we'll see how this goes. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. We'll check on this in a few minutes and see how this goes. So while this bakes, again, it should get up to about 900 degrees. Right now it's about 500, so it could definitely use a little more heating up. If you like this video, give it a nice like and thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Do me a favor and subscribe down below. Thanks. We'll see how this turns out. A little side note, as this continues to bake, I probably should have waited for it to preheat, but it's been in there for about 4 minutes now. It's almost done. It's getting there. One cool thing is you can actually get the adapter to get the full-size propane tanks here in the back as well, instead of the little 1-pounders. There's a little peekaboo there. All right, and there we are, my friends. Not too bad. Nice and steamy hot. It's got that little bit of char on the edges. I'd say definitely buy it. So hey, I'm LJ with today's adventure stop here on our unboxing of the Blackstone Pizza Oven. If you like today's video, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.